Hello everyone, my name is Guppy. I am from Cafe Kita Hoshi here in South Florida. I am here today because I wanted to answer questions we get all the time in Maid Cafe. No, this is not technically with Cafe Kita Hoshi. These just happen, or rather, are said a lot. I wanted to answer them. I wanted to answer involving the cafe itself, Maid Cafes in general. I've been doing this for about 7 years now. 7 years now. And I think I have lots of experience under my belt. So if you want to know how I got ready today, because I miss going to cafe events, and if you want your question answered, then keep on watching. Hello, this is probably a very different look than what you just saw previously. As I've mentioned, my name is Guppy and I am from Cafe Kita Hoshi. Those are work shirts, but we might have shirts. I am here because I am missing events. Truly, I miss Maid Cafe events. So I'm gonna pretend like I'm getting ready for one and then answer questions, because I got a few questions involving both Cafe Kita Hoshi and just Maid cafes in general. I already did daily skincare. It's completely like different per person, so I didn't feel comfortable filming mine because I'm not a dermatologist. I think something that I can just overall recommend for just events in general, eye patches or eye patch serum. I don't really know what it's called, but I like to do these because they sink in a lot when I'm tired, because our events are at cons, and if there's one thing we all know about cons, it's that most people are out late, including me, who shouldn't be. By the time, I don't leave them in the full 20 minutes. I think I leave them in for 10 because I use them quite literally every day for the whole weekend. Instead of like the once per week that the thing instructs, because your skin gets real dry when you're dehydrated, so drink water. Another thing for skin prep, I guess, is lip scrubs, because when you, at least for me, my lips, when they get really dehydrated, they're disgustingly chapped. So I'll do this before any makeup. I'm going in with some Tatcha plum blossom. I got this in like a lucky bag, so she works. What are the differences and similarities between Cafe Kita Hoshi and Maid cafes in Japan? I think we're more inspired by the Maid cafes in Japan. A lot of the maids and or butlers, depending on the kind of cafe it is, because we are a maid and butler cafe, the ones in Japan have like, I want to say like acting roles. They very much like have acting personalities, whereas in Cafe Kita Hoshi we encourage people to just be the best version of themselves. We mean like, how would you act if you were like a Disney character? Because that's also something that we base Cafe Kita Hoshi on, because it's a very like family friendly event, no matter which event we do, because we do themed events. I'm just going in with some e.l.f. hydrating face primer, because Lord knows my skin is drier than the Sahara Desert. These have been on for long enough. I forgot to put on sunscreen, which goes before everything. But that's okay. You know you're supposed to put on sunscreen every day. The next primer I go in with is MAC's painterly pot. It's not really sold as a primer. I use it as one because it works really well to get your eyeshadow to stick on, but also kind of conceal a little bit, because I think that's what it was originally sold for. Was it concealer? What is the history of Cafe Kirahoshi? The history of Cafe Kirahoshi is the history that if it involves me in any way, shape, or form, it is slightly impulsive. I was with a group of friends in like lunch period. Yeah, during lunch period, and we were going through like a Maid cafe phase, as most teenagers do, and I had said, hey, what if we do a Maid cafe? Because there wasn't any here in South Florida yet. And then my best friend's like, yeah! And took me very seriously, because I think she's one of the few people that do, and my impulsive ideas. And she did, and 7 years later, it's still here. It's still here. And it's grown. We have now like over 20 members. And we have both like full-time and seasonal, because some of our maids and butlers are far away, doing great things. But then, you know, summer comes around and they're like, we're back. Going in next with a Maybelline Master Camo, because I've got a lot of discoloration, as you can see, and cancel out that rosacea. Feels weird to like see short nails. I try to like have fake nails for the cafe events because they look pretty. Oh yeah, it's down to those details where we focus on appearances a lot, because everyone should look presentable when they're going to work. And for a lot of like our like starting members, this is like their first job, and this is not really a job, this is like a passion project, and we have to emphasize that. It is a passion project, but it is a passion project that you gotta go for it, because maid cafes are a lot of work, especially for like a traveling maid cafe, which I haven't discussed about. What cons do you work at, and what cons will you be working at? Well, we're in the middle of a pandemic, so I don't know what cons we're working at, but our usual cons are Anime EY, which is our home con, MetroCon, which is our biggest event of the year. We're now supposed to be doing something with SuperCon, which is brand new for us. We don't usually have events at SuperCon, that's a new one. We do events at MizuCon, and I believe that's it. I feel like there's more. I didn't write this down. This is also an impulsive idea to answer questions like I know anything. We do have a lot of members, but that does not mean we're not looking for people. We're always looking for people. We're a very welcoming group. We do try to keep it as inclusive as possible. So how can you join Cafe Kirahoshi, and are there any requirements? It's very much an audition process. Like if you were joining a dance troupe or something like that. I'm just gonna go in with some Clinique in O2. That should tell you how pale I am. It's a two-part process. We have you fill out an application, and once you fill that out, we then see if you make it to the next round, which is an in-person interview, or we tell you to apply again in the future. In-person interview is an in-person interview. You dance for us, because then this shows us how quickly you can, or not how quickly, how well you can dance, I'm sorry. And there's usually a surprise portion, and it's a surprise for all of us. We figure it out. usually very close to the audition date, so that way we're a little bit more prepared to explain this to you guys as to what we expect. We will not tell you until the audition date what the surprise portion is, because there are times when you're working the Maid Cafe that you have to think on your feet. So you have to be prepared for anything. And we like to see how you handle pressure. Alright, I'm taking Shape Tape in 12S, which is like, I think just too light, but I have it, I need to use it. And I like to just focus on parts I like to highlight. I got a question as well as to who makes all of our uniforms, as we're talking about appearances now. None of us. We buy ours off of Bodyline. We do, for the like themed events, make our own stuff. Like for Sukeban events, we all got together and made like the skirts and pants for the maids. The butlers just bought the uniform via Amazon because it's just like a standard schoolboy uniform, and then they modified it themselves to whatever they wanted it to be. And we've made, it's mostly like craft meetings that we just kind of all band together to work on those accessories, but these uniforms won't be around for much longer. We'll be changing them very soon, and those will be made by the fashion committee. This is not the powder I normally use, but I don't know where mine is. So we're just gonna take the banana setting powder from this all day, because our hours can go from 2 1.5 hour events to, actually no, our hours are longer because it's not just the events. We'll wake up usually like 3 to 4 hours before an event to get like all of us ready together and help each other get ready. Because I am technically a blue maid, we are encouraged to wear like blue makeup. I don't like matching like that, so I don't. I wear some blue because I think it's nice to like be cohesive, but my like top half is very pink and soft, and then I'll go in with like some blue on the bottom. Taking a fluffy brush, I go in with Yes Please, Note to Self. As you can see, it's been through some stuff. She's been with me in some places, to a lot of places actually. I just go in on the outer part, mostly to set the primer. What kind of people is Cafe Kira Hoshi looking for? We mostly look for people who are really invested in this. We want people to have fun with this, honestly, because it's not a job. Yes, we expect you to take it seriously, but really the main focus is to have fun. A lot of the times we want to teach you things. Like, we want to teach people responsibility and a sense of duty, really make them, I guess, mature over time. Yes, but we want people who are willing to dance, and we want people who not only want to be there, but I guess want to grow with us. I'm taking one of my blushes from Smashbox because it's like a perfect pink, and just putting that right on. But yeah, we just really want people to like be invested and have fun and want to be a part of this, because the goal is to be like one big family. We're just a bunch of weebs who really just want to have fun in this community that needs some work, but we want to be like another positive place despite the work it needs. Because our whole premise is anime conventions. We travel all around Florida for them. which is different from a brick and mortar maid cafe that's in one place and it's very established in the culture already, whereas this is very niche still. At least American culture would instantly view maid cafes under certain lights, which brings us to our next topic. Is Cafe Kirahoshi an adult show? No, not at all. This is like specifically for family friendly. We compare our goals to, I guess, like Disney goals. We really want this to be for like everyone, and there's not like a whole lot to offer children at cons, so this is perfect. This is like a perfect place to take a kid. But that does not mean to say that adults don't have fun. We have a lot of like reoccurring guests who are adults that come to like almost all of our cons and all of our events because they just have a genuinely nice time. Take you some the Zulu by Juvia's Palace, and we'll take this pink and we're gonna really get in that inner corner. I mean, not inner corner, outer corner. I do want to have fun with everyone who comes into the cafe because we want people to have nice experiences at whatever con. And I'm gonna take some of this Sable Moon palette that I haven't really gone into yet because it's brand new for me, at least, and just add some sparkle because there's nowhere near enough right now. It's a really nude color with sparkle. At least for me, it's a nude color. It's a really nude color for me, which is good because I want that for my inner corner. And then we're gonna get to the blue. I'm gonna put some like dark blue right here and make it look even more round and soft. And then some like very not pearlescent, very shiny blue right here on the, what do you call it? This part? Eye bags? Eye bags? We'll call them eye bags. I've got Gucci eye bags. So from the Blue Moon, I'm taking Starry-Eyed. Is it Starry-Eyed? I'm taking a mixture of Starry-Eyed and Fine China because I want something that's like in the middle of both of those because one's too dark and one's too light. Really get in there. Taking a little bit more Fine China and getting right where the lashes are. I don't know. I have to change it up as I go, so I never remember what I do for the classic event. And yes, our makeup does change for every event we do, which is our next question. What themed events do we do? So we have a lot of themed events. We have classic, which is a classic standard Akihabara style maid cafe. Animal ears, which is just very similar, but we're all not diet furries, but cute ears. It's Maid Kumi's favorite event because she's our resident cat girl. And we have Sukeban, which is one of my favorite themes. I think it is my favorite theme because I'm the representative, but that's biased. And it's very like acting heavy. We're all competing against each other. We have nautical. We have a nautical event, which is also really cute. And then we have a few. We had Magical Girl, actually. We have Magical Girl as well, and Magical Boy, which hasn't been done in like 2 years. There may be a revamp, and we may be having some new things if all these cons don't get canceled. All right, so taking some of Lumi, we're gonna go and do that thing I mentioned about the eye bags and make them shiny, and then we're gonna stick it in the inner corner too. But it's from Anastasia, and I'm taking the cool brown and just All right, time for eyeliner. And I cannot speak when I do this. I can't do anything other than just this. So taking my Etude House on my line, I like this stuff. I'm just gonna draw a classic line. They're not even. You know what? It's okay. Eyelashes hide everything. And I'm using these really cheap ones from AliExpress, which I wish I knew where I could get more because I like these and I can't find them again. So we're gonna take good care of them. So taking this eyelash glue from Eyelure, peel these off the packaging, for lack of a better word. This is the part where a normal person would cut them. I am not a normal person. I leave them on this big because they always fit for some reason. And then just put it on the band while it's doing its thing. I'm getting tacky. I will put on mascara in the eye that it's gonna go on. The top lashes. You could curl them. I don't really need to curl mine. I've never curled them before. Sometimes I don't want to even wear lashes for part of my accessories is glasses, so they can get in the way sometimes. Makes a difference. So we're going to repeat to the other side. Zoom. And for final touch, I'll take NYX's finishing powder and just pack it on. So next question while I apply blush. What is your social media? Our social media, we have Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. We're most active on Instagram and Twitter. We haven't uploaded any videos yet on YouTube, but that is something we will hopefully be working on as this progresses. And I will put links to all of that down below, so please check us out. We work really hard. Next, I'm taking the Sailor Moon X ColourPop Pressed Powder Blush in From the Moon. It's this really pretty pink, very, very pink. It matches actually almost perfectly the blush I used up there. I don't use that blush because it's very strong and I have no control over my hands. And this one's so light, so light. Actually, maybe I'll switch it up. Maybe I'll put on both blushes and it'll be like a nice cloud effect. Or it'll be disaster. We'll find out. So I like to do a stupid face like this and just and then we're gonna try that layering method I just mentioned before and pray to anyone that will listen to me. So taking Smashbox's LA Lights Blush and Highlight in the True Coral, middle one right here. Oh, that's gonna be a lot. Oh, I made a mistake. This isn't going well. You know, sometimes it just doesn't. It's okay. We'll press on. Very light contour. I mostly focus on like my non-existent jawline and my nose. I don't do here. I think it makes me look older and I already have a little bit of that going on when I talk, so we skip the side. We go just for the nose and the jaw. Use what it's supposed to be for eyebrows, but I don't need that. I'm gonna take the same neutral brown and just and then blend. This still has blue on it. No, that's not good. The next question is, what are your upcoming projects? What we are working on is the YouTube channel. the upcoming merch, because we've done merch that was designed by our lovely Maid Akarin, and it was a hit. People liked it. It's super cute too, so I suggest buying it. This shirt is not merch. This shirt is work uniform. We have new themes for whichever con we can figure out for. It's a little difficult to meet up for practice when we're all in quarantine. And then everything else is secret. I'm taking this Master Holographic by Maybelline. It's supposed to be for my white diamond cosplay. It's no longer for that because it's no longer pure white. So now it's time for removing the chapstick and actually putting on lip product. I want to test out the Sailor Moon lip glosses because I didn't get a chance to yet. Maybe. We're gonna see how that looks, and if not, let's go to my usual. It's pretty. I think this would be really nice for me to do, but I like gradient lips personally. I think this is like a nice base for a gradient lip. I think it's a fantastic base for a gradient lip actually. So we're gonna I think we're gonna layer this on top of everything to seal the deal. This stuff is like paint. But if I'm quick, maybe it'll work. The gloss that I was gifted for my birthday. Thank you, Leah. It's from Wet n Wild and it's like the horoscope collection. This one's Pisces. Alright. I'll put on my contacts soon, but I wanna fix this hair situation because I can't take it anymore. I didn't set this. Set your makeup. I'm going to brush this out, get into uniform, put on my contacts, and then I'll be back. Final look. But thank you guys so much for watching. This is my first video, so please be nice to me. I am nervous talking in front of a camera. This is a very new experience. If you have any more questions, comments, concerns, criticisms about Maid cafes, Cafe Kira Hoshi, me, please leave them down below. I would love to answer them. I plan on doing another one of these, but with my butler Sona. Guppy, I just say they're twins. Maid Guppy is the older one because she's been around longer. Butler Guppy is definitely a younger sibling with how he acts. But yeah, leave anything you want to tell me down below, and thank you guys so much for watching. Bye bye.